The only local news teams taking action for you. KIMA KEPR Action News starts now.
Coming up this morning on Action News, police are still searching for a Yakima man who's the suspect in a deadly shooting in Wapato. That happened on Friday. Authorities say he's considered armed and dangerous, so if you see him, do not approach him. We'll get you up to speed. Plus, we catch up with the director of the Tri-Cities Airport to talk that $12 million grant. The funds will help the airport continue to chip away at their 5-year plan while also improving safety at the facility. And an Ellensburg man digging in his yard came across more than he bargained for and had to call police, who say there's no word on how that object got into his yard or how long it's been there. We'll have that story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, the hot day of the work week is out of the way. That was yesterday. I could definitely tell it was warm when I was out on a run. So hopefully today might be a little different. Things are hopefully going to be a little bit cooler.
Yeah, by about 5 degrees cooler today. Then we see our big time drop off tomorrow. Today, though, it is going to be another seasonably warm day, another day of above average temperatures. As we are waking up this morning in Yakima, you can't tell too much because it's that time of the year where it's dark out at 5 a.m. But we are looking out over the beautiful lights of the city. Not too much turbulent weather to speak of for today. We are waking up to temperatures that are sitting in the mid-50s this morning, so you might want to have that light jacket one more time before it is going to be a very pleasant afternoon. Here's a look at what you can expect with your weather headlines today and moving forward. Passing clouds and warm temperatures going to be in store for this Tuesday. Again, a pretty beautiful day of weather for the second day of the work week. Some spotty showers will be possible tomorrow with much cooler temperatures on Wednesday. And then after tomorrow, we will stay seasonably cool moving forward. I'll break down your forecast and I'll dive into why we are going to see those potential showers and much cooler temperatures coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Yakima County. Sheriff's Office detectives are still trying to track down a suspect from a deadly shooting in Wapato this past Friday. This is who they're looking for, 45-year-old Gianni Philip Alamo from Yakima. The murder happened early Friday morning in the 100 block of Mellis Road, where there were reports of a domestic violence incident with gunshots being heard. When deputies arrived, they found a woman with gunshot wounds. She's been identified as 37-year-old Heather Renee England from Yakima. Despite life-saving efforts, she died at the scene. Gianni Alamo is considered armed and dangerous, so if you see him or know where he is, do not approach him. Instead, call Yakima County Sheriff's Office or Yakima County Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward to the person who provides information that leads to Alamo's arrest. Yakima police are increasing their presence by adding a new substation at the Yakima Airport. Through this partnership with the Yakima Air Terminal, YPD is adding a room in the airport for officers to work during their shifts and to help increase police presence at the airport.
And we have a partnership between the airport, Yakima Police Department, TSA, and the FBI. And several weeks ago, we got together and we sat down and we said, you know, this would be good for the airport. This is something that will really instill comfort and peace of mind with the public, having a police presence here. And so the idea is that we now have a substation for YPD officers who are on duty at any time can come here into the airport and can not only sit down and accomplish their work, but also have a presence so that the public feels better.
Police are hoping this new addition will not only be helpful to them, but also to the public. And yesterday we mentioned to you that the Tri-Cities Airport is one of several airports across Washington getting funding from the Federal Aviation Administration. It's about $12.7 million in total. Now, this money will be used to shift the taxiway D and runway 1230 to the northwest, which will put both into compliance. The project has been in the 5-year plan and that they have with the FAA, and is a big part of it is safety related.
We have some design issues that aren't in compliance with FAA standards, so we're taking 300 feet off of one end and putting that 300 feet on the other end. That'll be extending the taxiway, extending the safety areas, and we'll also be adding a vehicle service road around the end so that fuel trucks and other vehicles can safely drive around the airfield.
Now, during the project, only the east-west runway will be open, which will cause more noise for homes adjacent to the airport. The project's start date is currently undecided, but when it begins, it'll take 139 days. A resource fair in Pasco yesterday aimed to assist the community in more ways than one. The event was made possible through the partnership of Second Harvest, Tri-City Community Health, and Coordinated Care. From lettuce to bread, around 250 families were able to be helped in an effort to bridge the food insecurity gap. Health-wise, Coordinated Care and Tri-Cities Community Health had booths available for people to access their resources as well. We're told this is always a big need in the community.
It always means a lot to the community when we do come out here, because there are a lot of people that rely on these kinds of services, whether however much they have and whatever other sort of resources they are getting from any sort of state government resources or anything that they're getting from their local food banks. We are a nice bridge or a nice gap between some of those food bills that are taking up some people's funds.
You can find the next mobile market dates and locations by heading to our website, KEPRTV.com. And the Hop Country Music Festival is back this weekend for its third consecutive year at Sozo Sports of Central Washington on September 13th and 14th. This year, you will need to be 21 and older to attend. It kicks off Friday night, kicks off with Englewood Heights, followed by Starship featuring Mickey Thomas, and the legendary Fog Hat. Headlining Saturday's lineup is Walker Hayes, known for his chart-topping hits like Fancy Like. Joining Hayes is Parma Lee Masters of Family Harmonies and Sawyer Brown, a country band with a legacy of chart-topping singles. Plus, Cody Beebe and the Crooks will be back by popular demand for their third consecutive year. Every ticket sold contributes directly to supporting talented athletes. For more information, head over to our website, KIMATV.com. And you never know what you're going to find when digging in your yard. Check this out, everybody. An Ellensburg man found a live mortar round in his yard in the 300 block of West 11th Street. He called KidCom to report the find, who then contacted the Explosive Ordnance Group at the Yakima Training Center. They safely removed the mortar and then disabled the explosive. So far, there's no word on how the live mortar ended up in the man's yard or how long it could have been there. A reminder, if you come across anything that you think is dangerous or could be an explosive, call 911 and don't try to handle the situation yourself. That's pretty scary. Imagine digging a little hole to set a fence post or what have you, and you pull out a live mortar.
That's terrifying. Glad everything worked out.
Definitely would have had to change my britches.
Yes.
Let's jump right over to weather, though, because temperature's not too shabby today. Still a little bit above average, but we're on that cooling trend, so we'll dip below average by what, tomorrow?
By tomorrow, yeah. So if you're a fan of kind of the warm, kind of the summer-like vibes that we've been seeing, today should be a day you should get outside, because it's not going to be like this for quite a long time after today. We are going to be looking at one more day of those above average temperatures. Most of us sitting somewhere in the mid to upper 80s today, maybe cracking into the low 90s in the Tri-Cities. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies overhead for this Tuesday. Now, as we go into tomorrow, like Dave was just referencing, we are going to see a significant cool down. Also a chance of some spotty rain showers coming tomorrow as well. We will dive into why we will see those big changes and how big of changes we are talking coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. The time now is 5:08. Coming up on Keeper KIMA this morning, some state news. Folks are scratching their heads trying to figure out why one of the most notorious serial killers in U.S. history was suddenly transferred across the state to the King County Jail from the state penitentiary in Walla Walla. In about 2 minutes, we take a look at the situation, which officials are not saying much about. But later in the show, national news. Jury selection begins in the trial of 3 former Memphis police officers accused of beating 29-year-old Tyree Nichols to death in early 2023. 2 officers who were also involved have already pled guilty. We'll have those details. And researchers found people who start smoking before they turn 18 are more likely to develop respiratory symptoms by 30 compared to those who don't smoke. The numbers don't improve much if you started smoking after 18. We'll discuss the findings when we get to health news. We do have to take a quick break first, but stay with us. The show's just getting started this hour, and there's more news and weather on deck.